This is Tonya Brye, and today I choose to analyze this beautiful photograph of a fisherman on the side of the river. I'll discuss detail, light, frame, and vantage point. I'll start by discussing the detail. The subject matter is the fisherman. There's a nice depth of field. In the forefront, there's crisp sand, rock, gravel, leading you to the boat and the fisherman. The fisherman, in my opinion, appears to be posed, but posed in a working position. The photographer used a medium aperture, probably an f11, with a slower shutter speed to give the river that glassy flow, while maintaining clarity and allowing enough natural light to give proper exposure on the river, mountains, and fishermen. You'll notice the sky is overexposed, but I think that is due to the technology of that time. Since the mountains and groundscape don't necessarily move, the photographer is able to capture a sharp image. I can actually hear the photographer yelling to the subject, "Hold still!" There does appear to be fingerprints and some smudging on the right side of the photograph over here. My guess is that is from years of handling and not part of the original photograph. Next, I'll discuss the beautiful, soft, natural place lighting. It appears to be at the end of the fisherman's day, with the sun starting to set based on the stream of light peeking through the mountains onto the riverbed. You can see that here. I also notice that it is some side lighting, since the back of the fisherman is lit and the front of the fisherman is shaded. You'll also notice that the right side of the mountain here is shaded, and partial shading here on the left side of the mountain. The photographer did a beautiful job playing with the lighting. It brings your eye directly here to the stream of light and wraps you around to the subject, the fisherman. The frame was purposeful with great composition. It's a well set scene, creating a wonderful image from an ordinary situation. The photographer used the rule of thirds, splitting the image up into thirds horizontally, and placed the subject in the bottom third. They purposely stayed away from placing the subject in the center, creating a nice balance with the contrast of light. The converging lines give a strong sense of perspective and a three-dimensional depth. The vantage point of the photographer is to the right slightly and elevated from the subject. What the vantage point actually does is give the viewer an onlooker perspective. You feel like you are walking up on a man doing his day-to-day fisherman tasks. Even though I feel that the fisherman is posed, the vantage point makes the overall photograph feel natural. And that's my interpretation of what brings this photograph to life, based off of detail, light, frame, and vantage point.